Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello, guys, for real. Welcome back to Finding the Tea with Gen Z. Hope you're all doing swell. Is swell even a word? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, swell's
Okay.
a word. What?
I don't think we use that in the UK. Swell.
No, not really.
Unless
Why
we're
did you say it?
unless-
Because of us?
I think so. I don't know. It kind of came in my head, but swell in the UK means like swelling. But we're not swelling. We're just cool.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that means that here, too.
It's an
Yeah,
Americanism.
why? Oh, because I guess swell is a big, like, burst of, like, excitement. So I guess a big burst of pain. A big burst of blood vessels popping or something. Why even is swelling? What is that?
Okay, guys, moving on. Welcome back to Finding the Tea with Gen Z. If you can describe what swell is, then you leave a comment down here so we know. Anyway, moving on. It's Beckie. Hello. It's Beckie. If you forgot who I
Hi.
am.
Oh.
Oh, hi, Mitch.
Hi, I'm Mitch. How you doing?
I want an introduction from Becky.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, Becky. What a mess.
As you can see, today it's just me and the lads.
We're actually Gen Z for once because Val's not here. So. No cuspers.
They know that Val isn't actually a Gen Z, don't they?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a couple times.
She's
Yeah, she's
she's
old.
like
She's
on
a
the
cusper.
line. Yeah.
But if you say that I'm not also, that I'm not a Virgo Libra cusp, then the same applies for Val for the Gen Z millennial. So she has to pick one. I think she picked us, but
She spends too much time on
Well-
Facebook to be Gen Z.
that's a very
No?
good point. Her boomer
That's
ass.
fair. Well, anyway, Val is currently meeting her boyfriend. She's in the state of...
Arkansas.
Beep, retracted.
Oh.
And Yaya is not feeling very well today. She's poorly, so we told her to go and sleep and rest, and, she don't need to be here when she's poorly, so... Just me and the boys, and they're excited.
Yeah, well, last week's episode was all her.
Yeah.
She made up for all the episodes before.
Last week's episode was dope. We really hope that you enjoyed the tarot reading episode. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty fun. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about myself and you guys, to be honest, so...
We're kind of keeping in the realm of the theme. This week.
Yeah, going off what Joey said, I'm dragging this intro on, but hello again. We are doing... Today's episode is all about the paranormal. So when I say that to you, you probably automatically think ghosts.
I
You
think
might
Sims
of
4.
other things.
Paranormal.
Skins 4.
Sims 4.
Sims. There was just an expansion
Oh,
pack
The
about Paranormal.
Sims.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said Skins, and I was like, Skins is sick, but I don't think it's got anything to do with the paranormal. Yeah, but you might automatically think ghosts, but it could be like... Well, we're going to get into discussion about what people think is paranormal and stuff like that anyway. So, I might seem like I'm in a bit of a weird mood today, but I think it's because I haven't done my own, episode in a while. I was, one of the first episodes, but it's nice to talk to you guys and host the show again. Anyway, let's get talking about paranormal, because paranormal is a big thing in my life. If you see my arm, sneaky peek, I've got, a little planchette tattoo here, which is what you push around on a Ouija board, if you didn't know. But yeah, I love the paranormal, so I want to know what the lads think of it, because, it can come up in discussion a lot, and, you get a lot of controversy.
Controversies?
Controversy?
Yeah, we'll roll with that one.
Controversy.
Yeah.
You get a lot of controversy around the paranormal because there's no proof that it's actually real to some people, but then other people, there's definite proof. So, on that note, firstly, I want to know, what do you guys, like, when I say the paranormal, what do you guys think of, just to get it out of the way?
I think about ghost hunters. I think about people with their little machines being like, oh God, there's one. Like, that's what I think about. And I think about Paranormal Activity, the movies. So honestly, while I do believe that there's more, I haven't really looked into it. I don't see why there wouldn't be. But yeah, I don't really know. I do look at it as kind of humorous.
Humorous?
Okay.
Yeah, like ghost hunters and stuff. I do respect any ghost that is in this house right now, though. Live your life. Please, just don't disturb me. Love you, sis.
Okay, cool, Joey. Fair enough, Joey. What about you, Mitch?
I think of it like ghosts and like exorcism and, you know, like The Conjuring, that type of stuff, like really scary, like
really scary,
like you know.
Okay, but do you guys that's what you think of it when I say the word, but do you actually believe in it or no?
I do, and it's part of why I think it's so funny is because in my mind I'm like, okay, if they do exist, you're not going to find them with your little machine. I think they exist, but I don't think they're as willing to pop their head out as we would think that they are. I feel like it would take a lot for someone to like really show clear proof that they exist, because clearly the supernatural world doesn't really want us to know that it exists, or else they would be here all the time. It would be like Halloween Town out here. So, yeah. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense. But I'll be interested to know how you think that you can communicate them with them a bit further along in the podcast.
Okay.
So hold that thought. What about you, Mitch? Because I know that you watch paranormal stuff with your mama.
Yeah. My mum believes in all that stuff. My mama.
Who's the American now?
Me,
You said controversy and mama. You're basically a full Yankee.
I am not. I am a Welsh
Yeah, careful.
bird.
You're going to offend her.
I am a Welsh bird. Go on, Mitch.
Oh, Joey heard a
There's
ghost.
a ghost outside my house, I guess.
But yeah, I believe in them. Like, I've not really had an encounter with one, I don't think. But like, my parents have had encounters with them.
What?
So, well, my I think my dad once.
Are you going to elaborate on that, or are you just going to leave us with that?
Oh, all right then. Okay, I guess I'll elaborate. My dad claimed to have seen my mum's mum in their bedroom in the middle of the night once, not long after she passed away.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone I know that's like encountered something paranormal. It seems to be like a family. It seems to be a friend or a family member. I believe in the paranormal. I definitely believe that when we die, we don't just die. We have the chance to go to heaven, I suppose. But at the same time, like, I feel like spirits can communicate with us if they want to, and if they have enough strength to.
Well, if I remember correctly, I can't remember what episode it was. It might have been spirituality, or maybe it was even tarot last episode. I think you said that you didn't believe in heaven, I swear.
That was spirituality, and you didn't believe in God. That's different.
I don't believe in God, and I don't believe in heaven as such, like, it's a place where, like, God's there and stuff like that.
It's just God. You don't
like
believe
the white
in God.
pearly gates
That's all
and
you're saying.
that sort of type of stuff.
I believe that heaven exists, just there's no God there.
Yeah. And heaven isn't like what... I don't feel like it's like what it's portrayed as. Like, I don't think
that.
like it's like a peaceful
It's not the pearly
place.
white gates and God's there to let you in.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in that shit. Like, not shit. I don't believe in that. Wait.
We're gonna have a problem with the Pentecostal church after 2 weeks in a row. One, I said that they flop around on the floor, and you are over here being like, "This is some bullshit."
I
We're
just
about to
don't
get in
believe.
trouble.
I'm just not Christian. I don't believe in God or anything like that. But I definitely believe in like the afterlife and spirits, because when you die, you don't just die. You're always still here. You just choose when you want to communicate and not. That's what I really believe. And I feel like you have to build up strength as well. So when someone dies, for like the first like few weeks after their death, I feel like they're very strong and they're still definitely here, and that's when you can get most of your communication with them. But then I feel like after time, like spirits can also build up their strength, and we can give them our strength by like, you know, asking them to take it from us. Even like not in a bad way, don't worry, but like we're helping them in a way to be able to communicate with us. And obviously, like, I don't think of ghosts
something
as in
for
like go on.
I was just gonna say, you know, in the Mexican community, they believe in the oh god, let me look up exactly what it is. But like, whenever they celebrate Dia de los Muertos, they believe that like our loved ones exist in a different plane, and they exist basically dependent on our memories of them. You know, like for every person that remembers them existing. So in a way, that could kind of be the energy that we give to, you know, spirits in this world, is like us remembering them and thinking about them and loving them probably does give them energy. And the less people there are on Earth that believe that, the less of a chain that they have here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. I've never heard of that before. I didn't know about that.
Is that because my Spanish isn't the best? Is that Day of the Dead?
Yeah, Dia de los Muertos.
Okay.
Day of the Dead. I think I started a little bit. I don't want to be offensive. But Dia de los Muertos does exist, and it's around Halloween. But yeah, Becky, so that could give to that idea.
Yeah, I think so, because like when you're trying to connect with the spirit, a lot of the time you say use my energy, and that's like kind of like
that's
kind of
scary though.
Energy. Yeah, it is scary. Like I feel like you shouldn't be scared of spirits. Like I don't believe that spirits can harm you like really badly. You know, maybe like demons and stuff can. You know, they can leave physical like scratches and stuff. I don't believe in like, I think possession is very, very rare. But I do definitely believe that you can contact spirits, but you need to be extremely careful, and if you don't know what you're doing, then you shouldn't be f***ing around with it.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie Twitches?
No.
Ah, damn it. So in it, like, it's Tia and Tamara, sister, and they're twin witches, and like, they basically, their dead father has been, like, reaches out to them being like, please help me, like, I'm here, I'm still here, like, help me get back, give me your magic. And then they give him their magic, and it turns out to be his evil brother, and then he takes over. So what's concerning to me is like the idea of like giving them your energy, and what if it's actually not even your grandma, like, and then you end up like letting a demon in. Like, that's scary.
Like a lot of the time spirits will lie and say they're someone else, so it's really like it's not something you should fear, but it's something that you shouldn't go into if you're not experienced, if that makes sense.
So, like, I'm actually quite scared to bring this up because of some of the horror stories I've read online. Have you guys heard about the demon Zozo?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
no.
That shit scares me.
What is that? Are you scared to talk about it?
It's a demon. Let me Google.
Zozo is
really like infamous, like kind of negative energy.
Like if it's bad.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't talk about it on the podcast then. I'm kind of scared. I feel like I want to open our viewers into knowing about it. If it's that scary.
It's basically Zozo's just basically a demon, that comes through Ouija boards a lot and like harasses people and stuff. But like again, like a lot of people...
again, I feel like I'm still getting a bad energy off of this that I don't know if I want to talk about it.
Wow.
Y'all seem kind of scared. Just to even be
just
talking
because
about
some
it.
of the
No,
things
I'm not scared of it. It's just that like a lot of People, basically, who are dead will claim that they're Zozo when they're not. It's really difficult because you never exactly know what spirit you're talking to because, you know, they can lie. But that shouldn't put you off.
How many times have you interacted with a Ouija board? Have you had any experiences with? Not
never.
you.
Never me for anyone. Never.
I've got a Ouija board and I've got a spirit box. I've had my Ouija board since I was about 15. I've had my spirit box since probably when my nana died. I've never had any bad experiences. I've been quite lucky. My Ouija board has worked a few times. I believe that I've contacted my tide, which is my granddad, and then I've come into contact with some other spirits that I'm not quite sure who they are, but they give some like interesting messages. And my spirit box, I have got messages through on there before. Not sure who they were, but they were really harmless. It was like after my nan died, me and my brother did like spirit box sessions to try and contact her, and we got like messages come through like, "How did you die, Carol?" and check the paper.
I was gonna say, yeah, like that first one you played that to me, and like it stuck with me ever since.
Yeah, it literally says my nan's name is Carol. So we were trying to contact her, but it says, "How did you die, Carol?" And it wasn't us, obviously, because what we did is we recorded us and played it back so we could listen to everything. And we thought, me and my brother heard it clear as day, and we sent it to like friends and family, and like obviously Mitch was one of them, and everyone was like, "Yeah, it says what we think."
Well, how do spirit boxes work for people who don't know? Like everyone knows about Ouija boards, but how do spirit boxes work?
It basically scans through loads of like channels and stuff, and like words come through, and obviously sometimes it is like the radio and stuff, but sometimes like you'll ask a question and like you'll get a response which matches up to the question. I don't know how to explain this.
So it like scans through radio channels, and like the spirits use it to communicate and pick out like words and phrases to like respond to your question.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, cool.
But then I also just want to say, like, obviously, like most people know what a Ouija board is, but basically, yeah, you can make your own board. You can buy a board from online shops, whatever, and you've got like yes, no, goodbye, and like the alphabet and numbers, and basically you can communicate on the Ouija board with spirits. If you didn't know that, but you probably already did.
Can you do it alone?
You can do it alone. The more people that you've got with you is probably better because of strength and protection, and you don't want to just dive in straight to a Ouija board. If you don't know what you're doing, don't fuck around with it because it's not something to play around with. It's not a game.
You can open like gateways to all sorts of things.
I think it's so dangerous that after the movie they like put them in like Walmart as like a kid's game. Like that is concerning to me. Here you can buy them in the toy section.
That's scary.
Like even now, you can go into Target and pick up a Ouija board.
You should be at least 18 before you play with a Ouija board, like, because you're not playing with it. You're basically you're using it like it's sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes people can push it and fake it, but then sometimes it genuinely does work. I think it really depends on beliefs as well. Like I feel like if you've got like a positive vibe to you and like positive energy and like you're hoping for the best to come out of it, then I feel like it would work. But I feel like when you've got people that are with you and they're like laughing, joking, don't believe it, then it's just not going to work.
They're asking for it.
It's just like, I think, but that's what I believe anyway. Like, would you guys ever do a Ouija board or a spirit box or anything?
I think with a trained healer or someone that is meant to be pulling these messages out, maybe, but not on my own. I think that's very terrifying to me because with like tarot cards, nothing can really happen to me. You know, like they're at a distance, but that's a step that is just like terrifying to me.
I wouldn't use a Ouija board. I think they're too scary. Like no. But I have used a spirit box with you because I was kind of skeptical. But yeah, I can't really remember anything that happened from it. So
I can't really remember anything either. But I remember like doing it with you. Have any of you had experiences with spirits then, like yourself or not?
No, I haven't. Personally, but But I did have like sleep paralysis, but I think we decided a couple of episodes ago that that's probably not paranormal.
I don't know. It could be. So I have not had any experiences with like spirits or anything paranormal, but I honestly think it's because like I'm already so open to it. Like I'm already someone that floats through life trying to make decisions based on what the people that I know have passed want for me, and like what like the generational things have been for everyone, and I'm very much listening to my intuition about the decisions I should be making in every moment. So like I think because of that, no one's had to step in and like physically be like, this is what we want, you know? So like I think one day I think they would, but I think because I'm already listening, they don't like. I feel like people that get actually visited by spirits are people who were like not listening to them for so long that they had to step in and be like, I'm here, listen to me. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think like when like you're in a, I think sometimes as well when like you're in a really tough place, you get visited when like you need something. On that note, if you guys haven't had like any direct like experiences with spirits, do you not think like, have you ever had like a feeling like, has anything ever happened in your house basically where you've thought, oh, because that could be spirits.
Yeah, like you like the odd time like when like it's like 3 a.m. and I've stayed up really late and like I go downstairs and then I turn the light off, come back up, and then like half an hour later I go down and the light's on, that type of thing. And I'm like, I definitely turned that off. But then again, I'm forgetful, so who knows? But like nothing like major. But then like, I think you can have a spirit, like whether it be like a family member who's passed away, or a close friend, or even a pet or something. I feel like they can still be with you, but not make themselves known. Like they can like still watch over you, type thing.
Yeah.
And like it can be like quite like a peaceful experience.
Okay, question. If you were to be visited, do you have a fear about a spirit coming to visit you, or would you feel okay?
It depends what kind of like energy they give off, I suppose. Because it all depends on how you feel. Like sometimes you can get like bad energy, you know, if it's like a bad spirit.
Okay, who in your family? Name someone that you know who has passed away.
My grandma.
Imagine you woke up one day in the nighttime and your grandma was sat on the end of the bed. Would you be freaked out or would you be okay?
I'd be a bit freaked out.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't everyone?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't be scared. I think that I believe in it so much that, yeah, obviously, if I wake up and I see my grandma at the end of the bed and she's like, like, then yeah, I'd be scared. But if she's just sitting there, I'd be like, oh, thank God, like, I've been waiting for you to visit me, ghost mom. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised, because in my mind, like, they are just walking among us all the time. I haven't had any experiences, like, with lights flickering or, like, anything like that. I have, okay, two things. One, you know, in Minecraft, whenever you're in a cave or like you're outside and then all of a sudden it's like for no reason, and you're like, hello? That's happened to me a couple times. I have
in real life?
Yeah, like I have heard a noise and I've been like, that was like score. That was not like real sounds. And then also when, for some reason, maybe I'm Avatar the Last Airbender, right? But like when I'm outside, the wind feels like spirits. Does that make sense? Like, because sometimes I'll ask a question. I'll be like, does this blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it'll be like, whoosh, whoosh. It just feels, wind feels like the universe winking at me sometimes.
I can't relate.
Or like whenever, like if I'm sad and then I like finally have a realization, I look up and the clouds part and the sun comes through. I feel very connected to nature in general. As far as spirits go, for some reason. I literally will sometimes walk up to plants. Like at my old school, every day I would walk up to a plant and I would breathe in, breathe out, and say good morning, and then walk away. I sound like some Snow White shit.
You sound like an eco warrior. tree hugger.
That's nice, though.
I'm gonna do Greta Thunberg on the Snatch game. Could you imagine?
Okay, so, let's slightly change the topic, but on the same topic, you know what I mean, whatever. Apart from ghosts, what else do you believe in that's, you know, supernatural and stuff like that? Like, what about aliens and things like that? How do you feel about that kind of stuff?
Well, I think we'd be completely dumb to believe that we're the only, like, form of life on any planet ever.
Yeah, there's definitely something
agree.
out there. And I think, like, I genuinely think that some have visited Earth and the government are covering it up. But that's, like, deep-level conspiracy theory.
Let's hear it.
Oh, God. I don't know much. I just know.
I feel like if aliens came here from a different universe, because they're clearly, like, we haven't found any in our, like, solar system, right? So, like, not solar system. What's it called? Our galaxy. So, like, if they came here from another galaxy, I feel like they would also have the ability to literally, like, shapeshift into being a human and, like, come here and pretend like they're a human. Like, I feel like there probably are aliens here.
Probably.
Like, maybe some that don't even know that they're an alien because when they came here, they really thought they were a human. Like, I know that's insane, but, like, I don't know. I also think aliens might be more time-space continuum-y, you know? Like, I think they might not necessarily be, like, from a different place, but, like, they're from, like, a different reality, and they somehow bent reality. I know that sounds crazy.
I just want to know, like, it's about aliens, but it's about their, like, obviously they're not these gooey little blobs that come down in UFOs.
They might be.
Some people like have reportedly seen like UFO sightings and stuff, and the CIA, I think, or the American government or something, I swear they declassified some documents on UFO sightings or something like that.
But yeah, I don't know. I would like to think that different races like look completely different. Like, I would love for them to be like some look like lizards and are like green with like spikes, and then some are purple and have like 7 different types of appendages that we didn't even know existed before. Like, I don't know. I hope they're different. I hope they're cool. I hope it solves xenophobia. Oh, well, it would just exacerbate xenophobia, but I would love for it to solve xenophobia.
What is xenophobia?
You know, like whenever we realize, oh wait, our color doesn't matter because we all look the same. We're one thing, and then there are lizard people and gooey purple people. Like, I would love for them to come and make us realize that racism is dumb because, like, it's us against them now. Which I think would make sense in the universe's scheme, that once we fix our own xenophobia on Earth is whenever, like, the next chapter in the universe will be us, you know, seeing other people. Because right now, if aliens came here and tried to defeat us, we would be destroyed because we're so divided that we would not be able to come together and fight back. But one day, whenever it's Earth and then a bunch of other planets, we're going to have to, like, become one country and, like, become one world all in it together whenever we're fighting other places. You know, like, right now, we would be destroyed so easily.
That's true. So, do you think, like, what do you think about, like, Area 51?
I mean, I'm sure the government is, like, researching and trying to find stuff. I don't know if they've found anything yet.
Well, there's this family that live near Area 51, and, like, the government have tried to buy it off them because they send, like, officers to, like, knock on the door and type things. I saw it on a TV program once, and they're refusing to sell it. And I think at one point there was talk about the government forcing the sale.
Well, yeah, we have a thing called eminent domain, which means that if the government decides that it's, like, better for the good of the people, like, I guess, like, you know, the trolley problem, like, if they decide that's the best for the people, they are allowed to take your property as long as they pay you for it.
I don't understand how someone can live so close, because I've seen YouTube videos where you're not allowed in, like, a specific radius of Area 51.
Yeah, I think it was before Area 51 was, like, as big of a thing as it is now and all secretive.
I want to know what's in there, though.
Don't we all? I kind of wish that they did raid Area 51 a couple of years ago.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That was so fun. For
I'm sure
us deciding that we was that last year or the year before.
I think it was the year before because last year was Corona.
It was COVID, but was this during COVID? I feel like it might have been during COVID.
No, it was definitely the year before.
That's insane. That feels like it was a week ago.
I know.
That was so funny. That meme was hilarious. Remember the event on Facebook that was like raiding Area 51 and everyone was joining the group saying that they were gonna go?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So much. I feel like that was the last big meme before our lives were destroyed.
Yeah, people actually went as well, and they just stood at like the gates.
Really?
Yeah, I saw a news report on it. It was actually quite funny.
Well, I mean, it's like they would get shot and killed. Like, if you can't protest in the street, why would you think you could go to Area 51? I wish we had time to talk about that Mitch, because the UK is falling apart right now.
I'm sure we can talk about it in another episode. So apart from like aliens, and obviously that's obviously paranormal, have you guys ever heard of astral projection?
Mm-hmm. Like Kundalini yoga?
Don't know what that is.
It's like a form of getting to astral projection.
Oh. Becky, you look lost.
Because I feel like I've heard of this, but I don't know. I need it. Explain what it is to me.
So, it's a form of dreaming, but you're not dreaming. You're like projecting your consciousness somewhere else.
Like lucid dreaming.
Yeah, but it's not a dream. It's
a form of meditation. So it's like once you progress through the levels of meditation, you then it's like multiverse hopping in a way, isn't it?
And that's reality shifting, I think.
Okay, but it's still like a form of it. It's like it's the doorway into that.
Yeah, and you can your astral form, which is like a ethereal spiritual version of you. You can like exit your body and like travel wherever, whether it be another dimension. There's these different dimensions you can go to, apparently.
Well, I was going to say, in the last episode that was kind of about this stuff, like whenever we talked about spirituality, I mentioned dimethyltryptamine. I mentioned DMT. And DMT is like the chemical compound that like is the shortcut to doing it without actually having to like go like learn how to do it. And that's crazy. Have you heard about DMT, Becky?
If you do DMT, just know that when you die, you're not getting that whole experience.
How do you know that?
I'm pretty sure isn't that known about DMT?
No. The theory, because it is in the brains, it's in our brain, is that is where we go. In theory,
what,
according
to DMT
the working
land?
Yeah, to DMT land. Because the idea is that it's the same chemical that is released whenever you're brought in, and whenever you leave, and then it also allows you to go while you're dreaming.
Okay, I like that.
But
I want to know how to do it.
Yeah, it's something that I definitely want to do, but not until I'm like
astral
bored.
project.
Oh, you're talking about astral project?
It's really hard to astral project. Like I've read up on it, and it's like really difficult. It's like you've got like lucid dreaming and all that sort of stuff, and then you've got like astral projection. It's like expert level type thing. But
I think it's just practicing meditation until you have reached that state of consciousness. I think that's literally like the only way to really do it. And you can fast track it by like, you know, like having a vow of silence and fully focusing on meditating and going somewhere and just meditating. Like you can do that, but yeah, it's removing all of your ego and the earthly distractions and like completely being able to disassociate from all of this.
Yeah. Like there's a form of like meditation that you have to do, and then like you start to feel like vibrations in your body, and then that's like your like earthly self separating from your astral like thing, and then like you've got to try and force yourself away from your body, and then like phew, you know.
Maybe we should all try it together one day on call.
I think it's not that easy.
It's difficult. Maybe we should try lucid dreaming first.
I think it would help all of our mental health if we start doing like meditation like sessions together, and then that's how we get there.
I like that.
We can give it a go.
Yeah, why not?
I've tried meditating, but my mind I just think of 100,000 things instead of nothing.
I feel like whenever you haven't meditated in a long time, whenever you go to sit down to do it the first few times again, it's like a computer with 1,000 like alert boxes pop up, and you have to go through them each and like exit them until they're gone. Like, so at first, yeah, you're gonna have to think about some of this stuff, and you should think about it to be able to dismiss it, but you know, it's still necessary. Clearly, there are a lot of things that you're putting off thinking about.
Going back to astral projection real quick. There's this dimension that everyone talks about, and you go to this library and access something called the bear with me because don't know how this is pronounced, Akashic records, and it's like apparently like a giant library of like everything that's happened in the universe, everyone's like decisions and past events, past, present, future, and
that's
it like
crazy.
holds, yeah.
There a lot, you can go to like Akashic healers and stuff that can help you like look up information from that and help you like clear your consciousness and stuff. Like that's a thing. People that can reach that. Some people can do it at the drop of a hat. It's kind of like, have either of you seen have either of you seen Doctor Strange?
No.
That's kind of about astral projection, but he has to like go to sleep and like knock himself out to be able to do it, and then he can go, and that's how like a lot of the Avenger stuff was solved, but was by him being able to go off and like see things.
Well, that's how most people that I've read like on online and stuff have been able to do it. Like,
are some people able to be in their body and do it at the same time? Because
I don't know.
I don't want to spoil. Are either of you gonna watch?
Yeah, probably. Don't spoil it.
It's not like a big spoiler. Okay,
don't spoil it.
Some character is at the end astral projecting, but they are simultaneously astral projecting and like seeing the world in one view and walking around making a cup of tea in their body at the same time, which is terrifying. Is that a thing that people can do?
I don't know. I don't think that's possible because you have to sort of separate your consciousness. So like in some level, your physical self is probably unconscious. Yeah, I've also the CIA actually. Don't know what year, but they've released the like research into it. They actually conducted research into astral projection, and they got they actually like trained people to astral project, which is a reason, like part of the reason why I think all this type of stuff is real, because like the CIA have like got officers and trained them.
Yeah, well, they would be dumb. I mean, I've often thought with like DMT and even like shrooms and stuff, like. I think that it's crazy that more governments aren't using the doorways that we have to do something else, you know, more often. But I don't know. I guess there's so much religion wrapped up in the government that they're probably afraid to do too much.
I've read, obviously, the validity of all these stories. You can never be 100% sure because it's random people on the internet. But I read from this person, I can't remember when, I can't remember who. They astral projected and they tried to like go to Area 51, and apparently it was like guarded by like astral guards and they couldn't actually get in. Same with like the White House and things like that. That's what I've read.
That's weird.
Well, that's great. I'm kind of grateful that. Okay, but do you think that the government is like asking them to do that, or do you think they're just trying to protect humanity?
God knows, but
because that's corruption. if the government is astral projecting and then like paying, there's no payment. But...
well, if they're officers and they're doing it, then we probably are getting paid for it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the government. Maybe it's some other people. Who knows? But that's what some people have claimed to experience. Let me see if I can find someone's account, and then I'll read it to you guys in a minute.
While he's doing that, do you think that like spirits are living somewhere else and then they visit us, or do you think they are just living around us at all times?
I think they're living around us at all times.
That the world just looks different to them.
I feel like they can be anywhere they want to be.
Is that the end of that question? That answer?
I feel like they could be anywhere they want to be, but they could say, I don't know, this is going to sound stupid. They could be in Spain 1 minute, and then in the next second,
in India, Cheetah Girls 2 and 3.
Literally, they could just, if they hear you, they can be there.
See, I love that idea. I love that whenever I'm like, I think, because I do kind of feel like that. I do feel like whenever I think about my mom and whenever I ask her for strength and stuff, that I feel like she does like appear with me. However, do you think that whenever someone is taken too soon from like a child or something, that they probably end up like sticking with them for a while all the time just to make sure that they're okay?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like, okay, so like because my mom died when I was 20, do you think because like in her mind that is kind of soon to to her I'm still a baby. Like, do you think she would probably be watching me all the time, being like, okay, I'm with you? Like, do you think after people die that they stick around with their loved ones to make sure they're okay for a while?
I think they do. Like in those initial few weeks after their death, I think they do. I think they won't stray very far. But like now, like years gone by, whatever, I feel like they can always see you, like they're always watching you, but they're able to do their own thing and come to you when it's needed.
Yeah, that's weird to imagine that they're like looking, but somewhere else at the same time. Like, it's strange that time and place doesn't really work in the same way outside of this world.
That's what I think. Like time and place isn't, and like because you got to remember, some spirits don't know they're dead. Some spirits are stuck in the year they died. Some spirits don't want to leave the place because they had a tragic death. Like, it all works in a way that I guess we'll never properly understand.
So do you think haunting is something that we haven't forgiven in this world, and then when we die we still have, like, don't forgive? Like, is it a resentment that we had here that then just isn't resolved, so then it continues on?
What?
Haunting. Like ghosts that are caught up on something and like are determined to cause hell. Like, do you think...
Well, no, some ghosts might haunt because like maybe it was like some like trauma that happened to them, like maybe their child died or was stolen or got lost or something.
So like a resentment that they didn't forgive while they were on Earth. So then it continued.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I reckon it could be.
There's no way of really knowing, I don't think.
I think it's just interesting to think about because, like, we'll never know.
Yeah, no, these are the conversations I love. Like, also, I was gonna ask, do you think that maybe as spirits we have jobs? Like, not like in the same, like, currency-based jobs, but like, okay, so, like, you need to go and watch out for this situation right now, or like, your job is to do you think that we are the keepers of the universe after we're gone?
I don't feel like they have jobs to do as such. But, like, I feel like they live a normal life, but just in the afterlife. Like, when I talk about my tie-dye and my granddad, I'm like, oh, he's having a pint now with whoever else has died. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's having a beer. Like, I speak like they're living a normal life, just not on our...
Yeah, but then again, like, some people are just chilling. You know what I mean? But, like, then there are people like us who are, like, hell-bent on, like, making something of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, people that are like, I'm going to change the world. Do you think those people continue, like, changing the world from behind the scenes? Because I'd like to imagine that, like, we kind of just, like... Because in my world... Okay, my version of the afterlife... and I kind of want to know you guys' this, because we never really talked about this last time. Oh, and Mitch, I know you still have to read that. But, do you want to read that, and then I'll...
Okay, yeah, I'll quick. So just quickly going back to the astral projection White House story. There's this veteran astral projector of over 57 years on the astral projection subreddit on reddit.com. They're still active, even though this thing was from 2 years ago. This thread that I'm currently looking at, they still. Their most recent comment on that subreddit was 7 hours ago, so obviously they're still very interested in it.
God.
They go by the username of Morgoth37.
That sounds like a Wizard 101 name.
Someone asked if they like went anywhere like secretive, and he said, I visited the White House the day George W. Bush started his presidency, and I thought it would be an easy trip. I mean, who could stop me? Well, first, there was a powerful electromagnetic field that sent extremely uncomfortable radiation into my astral body. Then I was accosted by 2 Secret Service agents in the astral. I sure as hell didn't expect that. They demanded my name and why I was there. I said I was lost and got the hell out of there. Once outside the White House, they stopped pursuing me. In that time, I read their thoughts, that they were actual agents who had been trained in astral projection and were kept unconscious to protect the president from idiots like me and spies. They worked in shifts. I never tried that again.
That scares me because it means that we're not only fighting a civil war for the soul of this country and the poor in this realm, but in the other one as well. You know? Like, if we really want to take down this system and create one that's fair for everyone, we're going to need, like, our own projection. Astral projection skilled warriors. You know, like this is and in the astral plane, I assume that things are much more like Marvel, you know? So like because of that, like this is there are probably insane battles happening at over there at the same time as we have them. I don't know. It just makes it scary to imagine that they are using spiritual forces to keep us in the Matrix.
Or just to keep us out of places where we shouldn't be.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was saying before that was that my version of the afterlife, and I'm interested to find out what you guys' is, if there, you know, is I would love to imagine that we continuously evolve. Like, my first existence is here on Earth, and then my next one is, like, also on Earth, but, like, just chilling because that's what I begged for the entire time that I was on Earth. So it's just me living here, just chilling. And then, like, the next one is like, okay, so now the next thing that you need to learn is this is your new form. And I work as an agent, taking care of the affairs of the world, but from, like, you know, a secret agent style. And then the next one, I'm, like, running something else. And, like, I just like to imagine that we will continuously have something new and new and new and new, because that's the only way that I think I won't get bored and be miserable, you know? Like the idea of an afterlife that just exists forever is scary. That sounds like prison. Like that sounds like I'm trapped, you know?
Well, there are a lot of things that that might, you know, that we can't ever measure. Like, does time go by faster there? You know, can we go from one point to another? Like, we might not be trapped per se.
Well, I know. I just mean, like, I would like to imagine that things change forever.
I think, do you know what is something interesting though?
What?
I truly believe that even though you can make contact with a spirit, I feel like once a spirit passes over to that life, they make like a vow to something or someone to never tell the living what the afterlife is like.
No, really?
Well, you've heard, like, people have told stories about, like, the times that they've actually died, but then, like, have been, like, resuscitated and type things, and they claim to see, like, a light at the end of the tunnel type thing.
I mean, some people leave their body and see themselves on their hospital bed and see the people around them. I mean, I think that they have told us. I just think a lot of them know that as a human, they wouldn't be able to handle it. And so I think they're not necessarily going to tell us everything. Because honestly, I think the way that our minds are, it's kind of like another reference like on Doctor Who with Donna, is it's like if we really knew what was happening in the universe, our heads would explode. Like, I don't think we can handle it from this form. So I think it's just like they can't even begin to explain in our language what life is like outside of here.
Yeah. I guess
That's
we'll
a good
never
point.
know.
We will never know. I think it's nice, though, to believe what you want to believe when you're living, and maybe it'd be nice to be able to believe what you want to believe when you're living and then actually have that when you pass. But, like Mitch said, we'll never know.
No one is right. Like, there's no way that someone really knows everything.
No one knows everything.
Like,
no one will ever know everything.
No. And
There's...
yeah, it's crazy to me that wars are fought over this whenever, like, how could you know? Like, how could you know? And, like, it's really exciting for me. Like, I know when I'm on my deathbed, it'll be half scary and sad, and then half like, oh my god, I'm about to find out. Like, I'm about to find out what happens next. And if it's nothing, then I'm done. I won't be thinking about the fact that it's nothing. So, like, I don't know. It's kind of exciting. And I just wish more people would accept that we don't know. But I do think partially, part of me thinks that because reality is so subjective and because the afterlife is so magical, that for some people, if they spend their entire life manifesting the idea that there's a magical little kingdom with golden bricks and like floating clouds and some god there, to me it's possible that that's where they end up whenever they die, because that's what they wanted and that's what they asked for. But for
That's
me,
what I was trying to say, yeah.
But for me, like, I want it all. I want whatever is the biggest thing. Like, I'm open.
I'm just excited to see those that have already passed over and be like, wow, like, this day was coming, but it's now here.
Do we just want to do a blanket statement saying that we're not making fun of any of this? If there are any spirits listening, please don't kill us.
Literally, I just want to say, like, before we do end, no matter what you believe in, you're not right or wrong, but it's always good to have, I feel like none of us know what's going to happen, so instead of thinking there's going to be nothing, why don't you have some hope and hope for something? And then that might be a nice way to get through life, and when you are at that point of passing, you have some positive thought instead of thinking, oh, well, this is the end, nothing's going to happen. Like, there's no harm in thinking about it. That's all.
You know what's weird to me? There are two things that are weird to me. One, that Christians, I feel like half of them, if they really believe that there's a hell that they're going to burn in forever, half of them have to believe that they're going there. You know what I mean? So, like, half of people probably expect, like, oh my God, I've been such a piece of garbage my entire life. I'm going somewhere awful. That's terrifying. And I will say this, I don't believe in hell unless it's, like, insane circumstances, like Hitler maybe, but, like, not, like, random people that have done bad things. Like, I don't think they went to hell. That's insane to me. And then the other thing that's weird to me are, like, as you were saying, like, people that believe that there's nothing. Because to me, it's weird that atheists are basically religious. Like, they're like, I know what's coming and it's nothing. Like, that's literally the same as being hell-bent on having a religion.
See, I feel like I'm atheist, but spiritual.
You can be that as well.
Yeah. But I feel like atheists, I feel like that doesn't work. I don't think that works, because I think atheists, the idea is that there is nothing at all after this, and it's just a void. But like,
yeah, you're just like spiritual.
Yeah, I think you're agnostic. You accept that you don't really know what's coming.
I think you're saying like you don't believe in the God type side, but you believe that there's something there. Yeah.
Which I think is agnostic.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I should probably stop putting atheists down on all these forms.
But if you are atheist, love you. Live your life.
Yeah.
Just like if you're religious.
Believe whatever you want or respect.
Any belief system, like, just roll with it.
Yeah, just don't disrespect anyone else. Yeah. And we won't disrespect you. Freedom of religion is not your right to hate everyone because they don't believe in what you believe. It is your right to do what you want and let me do whatever I want.
Okay.
Is that passive aggressive?
No, maybe.
Okay.
Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap up this episode now. Apologies if it was all over the place. There is only 3 of us today, and I haven't done an episode in a while. And, paranormal's a big topic to get through. So
really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Becky's hitting us with those big questions. We did mental health. We did body positivity. We got paranormal. Like, I think your next one is self-love. Girl.
Yeah.
With a guest.
But
inherent one.
we do have a guest for self-love.
Unless she cancels on us, then all of you can go get her whenever it doesn't come out. I'm kidding.
But yeah, that was our episode, and I think we'd all love to hear what you guys, your guys' view on the paranormal and stuff like that. So leave a comment down below. Let us know.
Yes, or shoot us an email. Yeah, shoot us an email at findingthet@gmail.com with any of your stories, paranormal. We will read them on the show, or just anything you want to talk about.
So
advice,
sick.
anything, please.
If you have any paranormal stories, please send them in, because that would be so sick.
Please.
So sick.
So
just
sick.
Saying.
Coronavirus. Oh my God, can we make that slang? No, that would be so sad.
No.
If you were like, that's COVID.
I'm cringing. On that note, it's time to go. See you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube and iTunes.